Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mod, and today guys we're going to be doing our Lamborghini Miura. So we are going to be doing stage 58 of Build the Lamborghini Miura by Agora Models. And yeah, we're working on stage 57 parts today. So like in typical Miura style or D'Agostini style, we aren't using any of the parts that we've been supplied in this issue. We're using the parts that we were supplied in the previous issue. Go figure. But it seems to be the trend with this build. We don't use the parts. Yeah, don't ask. But we're going to think, as far as I'm looking at it, we're going to be working on the steering rock. Well, I hope we are, because that's what it says it is. But yeah, they do look a little bit confusing, so you'll have to bear with me when we get up to the build desk. Because I've had a look through them and like, I haven't got a clue what's going on here. Because the instructions are not that clear. So yeah, let's see what happens with this one. Anyway, enough said on that, and we'll get building on this one because it could take a while or it could take no time at all. So, with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay, so this is stage 58 parts. This is the horn. We don't do anything with these, so we might as well just put them to one side. But what we are going to be working on is we are installing the steering rack and damper and arms. So the first piece we need is this bit here. Now, as far as I'm aware, that is a lovely, nice piece of metal. And we need to put the dampener in. Now, if I rotate it round like that, with this little notch end here, that's going to be facing that way. Okay, so we're going to place that in. That's just going to go in like that. Okay. So, bring over this that we worked on in the previous issue, and he wants us to put this into place. So this is going to slot down into there like so, and a sort of two screw holes just down to there into the slot. If we turn it over, you'll see them two screw holes in there. There we go. Just in there, and in that we need to screw two type A screws with two washers that we've been supplied. Okay, now I do believe we are going into metal, so I'm going to use my 3-in-1 oil. And we'll try and get this in. It's a little bit hard to see, but I kind of need to focus on what I'm doing here. Right, you don't want them in too tight, but you don't want them in too slack. Okay, so that's one in. I'm going to get my other one in. I'm just going to put that over. Just trying to get a bit of a better grip on it here. That's better. Right, and it does say to test to make sure it still goes left and right, which it does. Okay, now we've done that, it says that we need to get the take the steering arm, supply with issue 57, the longer arm of the two. So this is this one, so this is the right arm, I believe. Okay, now it wants us to, this is not very clear at all. I'm going to push that towards there. It says take the right steering arm, supply with the stage 57, the longer of the two, and align it with the front frame assembly as shown. Okay, like that. Rotate the steering column so that the fork on the right hand side is inside the frame as shown. I think I've got that right. Right, yeah. Fit the right steering arm into the fork at the end of the rack, so we're fitting it into the, like a little slot. Yeah. And then screw in place with an end screw. Right, that was a little bit confusing, but I believe I've got it correct. I'm just making sure that, yes. So there's sort of like a ridge section here, and it must be facing upwards. Okay, so that's in place. And then we need to repeat the same on this side. So on the left side, making sure it's the correct way around again. Just going to push that in. There we go. So I can line that up. And again, another type N screw. Okay, that's in place. And that's it. Wow, okay, so that was a lot easier than what I thought. We have got now the steering racks in place, which is fantastic. So yeah, we've done all that section just in there with the two steering arms. That was a lot easier than what I thought, because when I looked at the instructions I was a little bit confused about what it was asking, but I suppose when you look at it and you come to it, it can be a little bit easier than what you thought. So that is stage 58 complete. Well guys, that's it for the Lamborghini Miura today. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, that was a lot easier than what I thought. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a disaster on that one, because yeah, it did, the instructions sometimes just don't make any sense. And if you're like me, who has problems reading, sometimes the pictures, I use them more than I do the reading, and then I go to the reading if I'm really stuck, but the reading didn't make no sense. I mean, I can read something, but it's hard to envision what they're talking about in my head. So yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. But that was easier than what I thought. But I just wish we'd start using the parts for the correct issues in the instructions. So instead of using stage 57 parts in stage 58, we use stage 58 parts in stage 58. That would be a lot easier. But that's ever going to happen. Anyway, if you like this video, please could you give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell and be notified of any future videos. But as for always guys, stay safe and bye for now.